9 holes for G. Perfect. Straight best ball. Just so you know, Camo and I.
Hey guys, so talking about today accounting business income. So we're just talking about like what are some different things that are going to either increase your ability to earn accounting income from your business or decrease it. Okay, because I was asked by a person inside of Facebook, and they were basically thinking about starting an accounting business and like, well, what's my income potential? How much could I really think about making? And the answer really depends on the person. I didn't really have a great chance to talk about that person because I didn't really know too many different factors about him. But I'll just kind of talk about like what are things I've just observed from people who I either have worked with or people who I've just kind of talked to over the years. So I'll kind of give an average. Like average is what increase or decrease it. So also, if you want some help, anytime you like notice any like the videos that we have on this channel or something you think that you could either use help with or you think would be helpful in your journey on starting your accounting or your bookkeeping business, then go ahead and click the link inside the description, book a call, see if our mentorship program is a good fit for you. So number one, okay, this person asked, what was the biggest indicator of who's gonna make money versus who's not gonna make money? Okay, so number one, who's going to make money versus who's going to have a harder time making money in the beginning? Attackers versus procrastinator. If you're a person where it's like you've been kind of planning your launch for a year, you're probably not going to make as much money as easily as someone who has no plan and just goes out there and attacks. Okay? Now, I am amazed at the number of people who are actually successful in business. When you ask them when they got started, what was their plan, they didn't really have a plan. They had more of a direction. Most business owners that are successful are more directional based thinkers. Okay, so when I say a directional based thinker, imagine like this is a map. Some people need an entire map with like every single thing, like every drawing, every like road, river, etc. lined out. Versus people that are more successful, it's almost like a blank page. You are, come on, I just need a pen that writes. Come on. Obviously I wasn't prepared. You are here, right here at this dot. And then you need to go here. You don't care what it takes in between. This could be a squiggly line. But you know that at the end of the day, you have to end up going in this direction. So whether you come down here first and then go left, or you go right, then left, and then boom, 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 it doesn't matter. You know that your goal is to do X, Y, Z thing. And you are going to get it done. That literally is the person that succeeds. The people that like they have to make like a business plan first, and it's not that a business plan is bad, it's just you're not in the game. So it's almost like, how can you draw a map from Michigan to Florida, going straight south, and you don't know there's mountains, you've never seen a river before in your life, you've never seen the a canyon, you've never seen a tornado, like you don't really know what's there. Right? It's like, if you think about it, the people who made the first set of maps were the ones that were really representation of a business owner. They didn't know where they were going. They were drawing the map as they went. Right? But the people that ended up using the maps are not like explorers, right? In a lot of cases. They're just people who are just following behind them, right? But it's the same thing with business. The only time that it's a good idea to make a business plan is after you've already been in business. Like for me, for example, I made a business plan 2 weeks ago. My business plan was I need to get 3 new people to message from my profiles. That's going to give me about 3 new clients per month, or about $12,000 per month worth of revenue if I get 3 new people. It's going to cost me about $3,000 to $5,000 a month extra to go get $12,000 to $15,000 a month extra. That's a business plan. I'm taking past numbers of how much work it takes to get a client, what's the client worth, what does it cost to actually have this person, and then I can move forward because I know exactly what things are going to take. It's a plan of action. But when I was first getting started, it was like, hey, I have to go get clients, right? So I have a goal of I need to go get to 9,000, 8,000, 10,000, 11,000 a month. I don't really know the path. Do I have to go use LinkedIn? Do I have to use Upwork? Do I have to make a blog? Do I have to go cold call? Do I have to knock on doors? That doesn't matter. It's just I kind of have an understanding of like, and like most people are like, well, okay, well that's technically a plan. It's like, well, it's not really a plan. It's like, what are your bills? And then how much above your bills do you need to be in order to be comfortable? Okay, that's your plan. That's the extent of your plan. Just go and attack, right? That's the biggest sign. People that take too long to do stuff, like, it's just not going to work out for you. Same thing with like people that need to know every single thing before they move forward. It's like, you're never going to be able to do that. Like, if you need that, then I would recommend aligning with like a mentorship program, because like I can give you that stuff. I already have all the plans, but for you who doesn't have the experience and you're kind of trying to do this stuff from scratch, it doesn't make sense, because you're not going to be able to plan your way to success, because you just don't understand what the train actually looks like. Okay? So that's number one. Number two, in order to make more money, you need to go after better quality clients in the beginning. So now this is for people that are trying to make 6 figures per year in their business. If you already have a business that's doing 6 figures and you're trying to go 7 figures, this advice would not be as relevant to you. This is really for people who are under 6 figures in business and trying to get to 6 figures in the business. Right? That's different than someone that's in 6 figures in their job, right? I'm talking about if you want to make 6 figures in your business, then this is right for you. So, number one, I'm trying to get to as close to 6 figures as possible with the least amount of clients. Right? So really, that's shooting for people that can pay me between $500 to $5,000 per month per client. Now, why is 500 my minimum instead of 1,000? It's just an arbitrary number. I like having 500 because it's about $6,000 per year. Plus, if you do a cleanup for 1 year, 6,000 plus if you do the monthly work for 6,000, that's $12,000 collected, which is the same as like a $1,000 per month client. So that's kind of why I like doing the $500 per month minimum for this. Now, who to go after to understand this, right? So there's something called the 1% rule. So some people try and take 1% of a company's revenue to basically make a price quote for that person. Now, I don't really like using the 1% rule in terms of just using it for pricing for a couple reasons. We'll talk about those reasons in a minute. I like using the 1% rule more as an indicator that I'm going in the right direction. So, for example, if I know that a company is doing about $1 million per year, I know I can charge that it's reasonable to charge between $1,000 to $3,000 per month, right? And the reason why is because 1%. So they're generally going to be able to be a size business that can either support it or has a need for that much, that transactional volume or transactional complexity, right? So I'm shooting for companies that are between between 500K to about 5 million. Right, and I know that within 1%, they can actually go within my payment range that I'm charging. Now, again, I don't like using 1% rule as as a pricing method, as like my only pricing method, because it doesn't really take into account complexity. It also does not take into account different types of businesses that maybe have high revenue but low transaction amounts, like consulting type businesses. So it just kind of depends. You just have to kind of know what industry you're working with and what industry you're dealing with to know if the 1% rule is going to be a good one for you. Also, it's very, very hard to explain to someone the only reason you charge X is because it's 1% of their revenue. Like, that's very challenging to do. Like, well, why'd you charge me that much? Well, I just took 1% of your revenue and then go back. I mean, you can say that, but like most people are like, wait, so if I was making more, it'd be more? Like, yeah, everyone knows the answer is yes, but it's like most business owners just don't really understand that. Like when you say it out loud, I know it sounds crazy. Like, why would they not think that? But they just don't. Like, I'm just being completely honest with you in that regard. Like, there's some things where it's like I wish that it wouldn't be this way, but it just is. That's just how it is. So we actually price our services based on 7 different pricing factors. Now we go each of these different 7 factors inside of like our program. So next thing that's going to impact your ability to make money in your accounting business is speed versus revenue. Now, speed means how fast do you go and start picking up clients, And then revenue value is more like what are the size of the clients. So kind of like we kind of touched on the last point. In the beginning, you want to go after like high value clients just because it takes a lot less of them to be able to go and like replace your job, right? Because most people, what happens is like if you're working a full-time job, you want to replace that job income as quickly as possible so you can run your business full-time. And from there, you can start going and getting clients faster. Now, at the stage, like once you're kind of at 15, 20 grand per month, your goal needs to be about speed of clients. So a couple different ways you can grow faster would be, number one, buying a book of business. Number two, you could be getting someone's entire business, bookkeeping business of clients. You could get you can go and get referral partners. You could start advertising. A lot of different ways. But generally when it comes to that, you're going to want to go and start diversifying and getting a large number of clients, right? So it's very interesting. So it's like under 10K, you want a small amount of clients. Over 10K, you want to go and get good price clients. So between like $500 to about $1,000 a month is kind of a sweet spot when you're not the one doing the work anymore, right? And then from there, it's like almost anyone can pay you like $500 a month if you understand like how to communicate with them. Like almost anyone can pay you $500 a month. That's like a really low, easy price. But it does come because you have contractors that can do the work for you at like a fraction of the price, right? So you end up making still your $350 to like $400 per hour off of those like clients for like $650 a month. So that's the main thing when it comes to that. This is really balancing where are you inside of your business growth journey, because if you know where you are, then you know how to act and you know which types of clients to go after, and it does make things a lot easier, right? So like for me, for example, I want to go and add, what is that? I want to go and add 20 times 650. I want to go and add about 20 new clients at $650 a month over the next probably like 6 months. Maybe a little bit less. It just kind of depends, right? Just add about $13,000 per month to our recurring revenue. We're going to do it primarily through advertising. So we have, I think inside of the next like hour, we're supposed to speak with one person that came from the ads to kind of close up the deal and see if the person has any more questions. But it's been very, very interesting so far to kind of see that growth as consistently what it is, right? Because we're really starting at the hang of like mastering advertising for this accounting business as well. So it's very interesting. But that's going to be another thing that's going to determine like how fast you grow. It's your ability to handle chaos, systems, and contractors, right? So it's like chaos comes from really the amount of people who you're talking to that either don't sign up or are waiting to sign up, right? It's hectic. Like they might be calling you, you're going to be calling them to follow up. They're all over the place. They don't respond to your text messages, and sometimes they respond to your text messages. It's just so much chaos that kind of happens, right? And then once you start learning how to handle that chaos and like live through that chaos, then the next thing is like contractors, right? Because contractors can be a little bit annoying as well, right? It's not all like, you know, just a walk to the park where you're dealing with like these contractors. Sometimes they can be a little bit annoying. Sometimes they have a lot of questions. Sometimes they make mistakes. And really being able to understand how to actually have them be able to face up with the client, and then you not have to do all the work yourself. So all of that just like contributes to being able to actually grow a business, and just really contributes to your ability to go and increase your accounting business income. Okay, so if you want some help growing your business, but you just either are starting and you're just kind of overwhelmed with all the stuff there is available, or if you've been inside a business but just not quite going the way that you thought or the way that you wanted, go ahead and click the link inside the description either above or below the video. So we'll call myself, see if I can help you inside of our mentorship program. Okay, let's jump into this thing and I will talk to you inside the next video. Take it easy.